so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie up to make the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They go play action with Jackson. It'll buy some time right. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Even though it's the opening drive of the game, he wasn't shy about taking off and running with the football, even knowing the defense is definitely going to take their shots at him. And that's exactly what they did. He better learn to slide, otherwise he won't be around to finish this one.
Jackson looking to throw on third. And Ginn's got it. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And they convert on third with a gain of 22.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. On second down, Jackson being chased, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Robert Ayers in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now it's Jackson. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. This is brought in at the 21. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Redskins will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
From midfield now, here's Jackson trying to lay one up deep. This is caught. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Ted Ginn, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Redskins get the quick strike touchdown. Will Lutz on for the point after. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. On the return, it's McKenzie. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. With a great push up front, he picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 3rd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They're starting to put some space here. You know, first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Complete to Hilton. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
It's his target, the tight end, Will Tye. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! Gone!
This is McCaffrey on the give. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Tackle made by Antoine Bethea.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. That is caught inside the 5. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. To throw is Jackson. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Gerald McCoy in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
From the gun, it's Jackson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And now running right through it. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He's going to sling this deep downfield. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
But one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. And he comes back with one complete. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. Alvin Kamara really settling into the league in his 2nd season. And of course, he came out at 10. Brett's coming, and down he goes. K.J. Wright. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Ryan Quigley now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at about the 14. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Play action. Now Jackson rolling to his left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play there just before halftime. 43 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the veteran Antoine Bethea. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And that was a young pup, the rookie, being intercepted by a veteran DB.
And I loved our quick conversation in pregame with him on the field where he said, hey, look, I love playing these young quarterbacks. They don't know a whole lot yet, so I can use my mind to put me in a position to make a play.
They go play action here on 1st down. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards. On 1st down, Rodgers. He's going to go for a big play down. And this is taken in at the 5. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. A first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. Throwing now is Rodgers. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. A.J. Green as the first half is winding down. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. Gano the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Gano out to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. The Redskins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now Jackson. A final shot before break. He may try and run for this. Oh, and now he bowls him over. So we've reached halftime here in D.C. in our nation's capital with a home team, the Redskins, on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now Kamara. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Again, it's Kamara. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. Look at a nice little drive brewing right here.
He's going to air one out. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Jackson now off the bootleg. Rolling to his right. It's brought in right side by Ginn. And it's a fumble, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Now a play fake here on first down. Steps away. Caught left side by Hilton. A gain of 32 that time. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right, letting one go deep for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Sean Lee, the linebacker, able to get a hand in coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And Lutz's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17, and he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. Thomas, the intended target. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Detroit! Detroit!
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. On the return, it's McKenzie. And a nice job there as he gets this one up. Dallas gets set to take the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Over here.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Here we go. 58.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's got it across the midfield stripe. Quickly at the end. Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Fitzgerald's got it right side. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Rodgers now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play.
Reset. Hey, easy.
Rodgers now on first down. He's going to air one out. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to look deep down the field. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off by Quadre Diggs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Flush to his right. And incomplete on the deep ball. Will tie the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson now. Caught on the left side by Ginn. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Gone!
They go play action now. Jackson sliding out of the pocket. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A huge play there for Washington. 48 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Detroit!
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Dancing to his left. His throw caught at about the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Dante Moncrief, his first touchdown on the year. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. The offense going to stay on the field as they will line up and go for 2.
All right, now, look at 56. Look it.
To throw again is Jackson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you're trying to throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
Jerick McKinnon now to return. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Inside. Hey, take 26.
Rodgers to throw on second down. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Touchdown, Cowboys. A.J. Green with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. Extra point try good by Gano. And that will shave one more off this lead. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And here come the Redskins now. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Now this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. The Redskins on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. Play action. It's Jackson out to his left. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are in the field.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw, escaping the pressure right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards through the air and a first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Detroit! Set! Blue, landed!
Here's Jackson. Buying time to his left. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Eluding the pressure right. Open man right side is Ingram. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the 4th quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
Throwing now is Jackson. Steps away to his left. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
The extra point up and good, but this one was decided anyway, as that will be the final action in this ball game. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Washington, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Dallas, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll get an extra week to think about it, as the midseason bye might be coming at just the right time. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Somebody call for the queen.
I never anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving them. Like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rats in the morning, I had me a pop by the morning, I had me some breaks by the morning, I had a six by the morning, I got on a meat on the morning, the rats keep me up on the podium, I had a in my shoulder.